Hello and welcome back, team, for another live stream. So it is Friday, the 5th of July, and yeah, doesn't look too good for Bitcoin now, does it? Does not look too good for Bitcoin whatsoever. Yesterday and today we have had, yesterday evening and today we have had another huge move down on Bitcoin. And yeah, what have we done? Well, we have actually now completed wave 5. Okay, so you can see here we have now completed wave 5 of this bearish Elliott wave count. So you know, it's not all bearish. Okay, so you know, now that we have come to the end of this, right, we can now start to consider a possible ABC correction. But yeah, again, it just really doesn't look too good. And of course, we are going to go analysis. We're going to talk about you know, where I can get bullish on the price of Bitcoin, and then of course the downside that we could potentially see as well if we don't start to see any bullish signs coming into the market. So yeah, of course we are going to talk about that today. And yeah, of course, we will take a look at anything that you want to take a look at. So yeah, put that in the chat. Ask me anything you want to ask me. I'll be more than happy to answer anything. So yeah, I hope you will enjoy. So yeah, make sure you smash that thumbs up button before we get started. Of course, if you are new, make sure that you do subscribe and turn that bell notification on, because I am doing some live trading when the market conditions are you know, right. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago we were taking quite a few trades live on stream. And all of those were, you know, really profitable trades. So yeah, make sure you do subscribe, turn that bell notification off so you don't miss those live streams when I am actually live trading. So yeah, enough of that. Let's jump into the charts and yeah, see what is going on. Okay, so of course, right, last night, this morning, and over the course of today, pretty much, right, we have just been seeing price pull back. Okay, let's actually go view it onto a lower time frame. Okay, so yeah, I mean, yeah, yesterday evening, okay, and like early this morning, right, we just saw that price breaking below the range low. Okay, and just continuing to yeah, come down, and we came all the way down to $53,235, where from there, actually, for the majority of the day, we have actually been seeing price rise, and we now are actually back above the range low. Okay, so we now are actually back above the range low, which could be some signs of strength, right? This could be some signs of strength, right? We've completed the bearish Elliott wave count. Okay, so you know, in theory, we are looking for that ABC correction, right? Which could possibly take us back up to range, maybe even take us back up to all-time high. Okay, we don't know where it's going to take us, but all we know is that a possible ABC correction is in play, right? And of course, we want to try and take advantage of this. So we want to take, you know, we want to look for a long trade down here. At this moment in time, I'm not seeing, you know, a long trade setup. I do understand that we are starting to reclaim. You know, it's not confirmed yet, I wouldn't say, but we're trying to reclaim this value area low. And I mean, if we can reclaim it and we can get some strength on that reclaim, then I do believe, okay, right, we could actually start to see price moving much higher. Okay, because remember, we had lots of shorts opening up in this area here. We didn't have many shorts opening up at the low. Okay, if we had lots of shorts opening up at the low, I would be very confident on actually possibly entering into a long trade actually fairly early here as well. Okay, so like more of an aggressive entry rather than waiting for that failed auction. But at this moment in time, I'm not, first of all, taking that super aggressive approach to enter into a long trade here. And I'm waiting for a little bit more confirmation because we don't have the the huge amount of shorts on that move down. Okay, that I kind of wanted to see to give me that confidence to enter into a long trade. A little bit earlier. Okay, with that more of an aggressive approach, right? But because this move down, okay, was literally just fueled by longs getting wrecked, okay, by, if we take a look at Exo charts, we can see, okay, we had 45 million negative delta there, 24 million negative delta there, 33 million negative delta there, 17 million negative delta there. And with all of that negative delta, open interest was just continuously decreasing, right? What is this telling us? Well, this is telling us that all of these sells that are coming into the market, right, are caused by longs getting wrecked. We can then actually bring up the wrecked setting, okay, and we can see all of these big green bubbles. Okay, these indicate to us that lots of long trades are getting wrecked on this move down. Okay, lots of long trades are getting wrecked on this move down. So on this move down, we know, right, this was just solely fueled, okay, the end of it, right, this last move below the range low was solely fueled by longs getting wrecked. There was we can even pull up the net shorts here as well, right? We've literally got no shorts coming in, right? Literally got no shorts coming in on this move down. So for me, there's no real confirmation. There's no real like indication to enter into a long trade down here because we just don't have any shorts. We just don't have any shorts, opening up to give us that reason for entering into a long trade, because of course we're looking for lots of short trades to open up at these lows, and when these short trades open up at the lows and price starts to rise because we start to see absorption by a bigger player, right, we are then looking at these shorts that shorted the low to get wrecked, meaning they have to buy back into the market, and of course we want to take advantage of that. But when there's no shorts there to take advantage of, then there isn't there isn't a trade there, right? We didn't even have any shorts, longs opening up as well. You can see this was just like longs getting wrecked, and a lot of this as well, okay, is shorts taking profit, right? You can consider that as well. Lots of shorts taking profit because we did in fact have lots of shorts opening up a little bit earlier, right? So up here between let's put that tick size up to like 60 maybe. So we did have lots of shorts coming in at like 60 on like 68, 69 60, 59, $58,000. Okay, that's when we saw lots of shorts coming in. So, all of those levels, we had like 28 million new shorts coming in. Then a little bit higher, like 61, 60,000. We had 38 million new short trades, coming in. So, initially we did have lots of short trades coming in, but they were a little bit higher. Okay, they were much higher. So for me, it's like I want to see the shorts opening up here, down here, to enter into that long trade possibly. So, that's the reason why I haven't entered into a long trade down here, because I just don't see, I just don't see those shorts opening up. But also, right, we don't yes, we haven't had the shorts open up down here, but it doesn't completely wipe out that possible long trade scenario. Because of course, if we start to show signs of strength, right, on a reclaim, where we're getting, um, that positive delta increase, okay, we're getting open interest increase on that rise up, right, then I can think, okay, right, there's signs of strength here. Okay, and whilst there is a sign of strength, we are also actually reclaiming a level as well. Okay, we are actually possibly reclaiming this level as well. So if we can reclaim this level, right, with positive open interest, lots of positive delta, okay, this would give me a sign of strength. Okay, this would give me a sign of strength, right? And initially, these longs could take us up to where those short trades are, because we know, right, we have those short trades that have opened up kind of in this area here, right? So we have this whole area here, right, where all of the shorts have opened up. Okay, what were we looking at? We were looking at 16 million shorts have opened up in this area right here. Okay, so if we can get that sign of strength with the longs opening, right, and then we can catch a nice long trade there. Price rises off of these new long trades coming in and takes us up to where those shorts opened up. These shorts are now going to become emotional, right? They're going to become fearful because they are now offside, right? They're underwater. Okay, the ones that shorted at the low of this box that I've drawn in here. Okay, they're going to start to close out. They'll push the price higher. Okay, because of course they have to buy back into the market. And then it's the same thing for that middle group. Okay, they will start to cover, adding fuel to the fire, pushing the price higher. And then you'll get to that top group, right? And they'll start doing the same thing. Okay, and initially we'll just continue to push that price higher. And as you get higher as well, you're just going to be coming into lots more short trades, okay, which are going to initially get emotional, right? And originally these short trades, and where we are right now, these short trades are very happy in their positions, okay, because they are of course in some profits, right? They are in some profits, so they are happy, they are content, right? But if we start to see a reclaim here and some strength, right, this is when they can get very, very worried. Okay, and of course, we know what worried and fearful retail traders do. Okay, they act impulsively, right, and they will impulsively exit their trade. Okay, and initially adding fuel to the fire, pushing that price higher, right? So that's kind of what I would want to see for the bullish case scenario. At this moment in time, I'm not happy with calling this a reclaim, right? You can go onto the ATAL and you can say, yeah, we've got to break above it. But the one issue I have with where we are right now is the time frame of it. Okay, we are Friday evening. Okay, and this is why I kind of left the live stream just a little bit later. I kind of wanted to see what happened, right, this afternoon. I wanted to see if we could actually reclaim this afternoon, but now we're coming into Friday evening, or well, it is Friday evening here in the UK. This is when volatility drops off. Then we've got the whole of Saturday and the majority of Sunday where volatility is just non-existent, right? So we're gonna have, let's call it 2 days, right? Because we've got Friday evening volatility's dropped off, right? We've got Saturday volatility's dropped off, and then you've got Sunday morning, and then Sunday lunchtime, and then a little bit in the afternoon where the volatility is dead as well, right? So let's call it 2 days where volatility is just flat, right? And then you come into Sunday evening, and that's when the volatility starts to increase. Of course, it's not certain that that's when the volatility increases, but over the past, throughout this whole year that we've been in, okay, throughout the whole of 2024, volatility has typically come in towards the evening of Sunday, right? Then coming into Monday, it kicks in as well. Sometimes it's a little bit lagged, right? Sometimes it comes in later on the Monday, right? But what I've noticed quite a lot this year is that the volatility has come in during like Sunday evening, okay? Sunday afternoon, late afternoon, Sunday evening, right? So we're looking at 2 days here of, most probably just flat price action, boring price action. So, I don't really want to be in a trade, or sorry, entering into a trade when we can be expecting just flat price action, right? So this is kind of like another reason why I'm kind of against entering into a long trade here, because I just know that the volatility over the weekend will just be very, very flat. And then we come into Monday, right? And the whole and everything could have changed by Monday, right? Everything could have changed by Monday. So for me, it's like, right, okay, if we're not going to show any sign of like major strength, there's no reason for me to enter into a long trade, right? So yes, looking at the 8 hour, we formed a failed auction here. I don't see any major sign of strength, so I'm not going to take that aggressive approach, because again, we're coming into Friday evening, right? So there's no reason to be looking at a trade here, really, because we know that the price action is just going to be extremely flat over the course of the weekend. So for me, right now, it's not the time to be entering into a trade. Okay, it's just not the time to be entering into a trade. Now, if you're a super aggressive trader, we actually, I come down to the 8 hour, right? We actually found perfect support, and this is why I love technical analysis so much, right? Because you can see how well respected this level has been. To the dollar, we respected this naked point of control at 54,375. Okay, to the dollar with the close, right? So we've respected this level, and we've got this huge, nice bounce towards the upside. We can actually take a look at it on the, where are we here? We can take a look at it on Exo charts, right? We've just respected this so well. Okay, we've respected it so well. Let's just wait for it to load. Here we go. There you go. You can see we've respected that naked point of control so well, and we've seen this lovely rise towards the upside. Personally, for me, I did say, right, I did say that like these levels, you could actually be looking to trade these levels. But yeah, for me, I just wasn't really interested in trading a level like this. Now, for like a super aggressive trader, okay, these are like, interesting levels, right? They can, super aggressive traders, right? They will look for, not like a trend reversal off of a major level like this, but they will look for like a small bounce towards the upside, right? And you can take a look at this naked point of control that we had back here, right? We came down into this naked point of control, and it's not like a super big trend reversal, right? But you do see that nice little bounce. So naked point of controls are quite good for that. Looking for those, I'd say more like day trades, okay, if you're looking for like a scalp trade off of them. And I mean, I'm sure many traders were looking at this naked point of control and actually longed it. For me, that's not like the typical style that I would look for when entering. That's not the typical style that I trade, right? So I haven't done that. But again, right, it just shows like how important these levels are, and how like amazing these like naked point of controls can actually be. They are very important levels. And yeah, that sort of just proves to you like how how strong these levels can be, and how like important they can be, because we've literally we literally held that with the close to the dollar. So yeah, that was really nice to see. But yeah, again, that's now tapped, right? For me, I'm kind of, yeah, I'm looking at this and thinking, right, okay, yes, we've used this naked point of control as support. Okay, can we now reclaim this, right? So I'm not completely wiping out this naked point of control, right? But I just understand that it's not something I'm going to trade, right? But I understand, okay, we've used it as support, right? That's nice strength. But can we get that strength to reclaim the range low? If we can get the strength to reclaim the range low, right, then I'm happy to look for that, you know, a little bit more conservative long trade, right? I'm not waiting for any like major market structure change above this, right? I'm not waiting for I'm not over looking for too much confirmation, right? I just want to see a little bit of confirmation. I'm just not seeing that I'm just not seeing that at this moment in time, right? And because we're not seeing it at this moment in time, doesn't mean that we're just going to continue to go lower. Okay, it just means that it may take some time. Right? And of course, again, it's Friday. We then have Saturday. We then have Sunday. Okay, where price action just tends to be pretty flat, right? Pretty boring. And then, of course, the volatility will probably come in Sunday afternoon, Monday morning, right? We'll have to see, okay? And then maybe then, okay, we could be looking at taking the trade, right? But there is also that possibility, okay, that we don't reclaim this level, right? There is also that possibility, okay, and that we do just continue much lower, okay. If we do reject off of this range low, okay, at 56,415, which, looking at it now, we are kind of rejecting off of it. Okay, so if this rejection continues, we move lower, right? I'm looking for $51,700, where I have that like next major level of support. Well, I say major level of support. It's the next like strong support level. Okay, the next major level of support for me would be $43,000. But yeah, 51,700. I can't not say it is support, right? Because it is, right? We do have, a nice POC here from the range that we did form back there, right? We do also have, if we're looking at the VRVP, right, we do also have like a high volume node there as well. So that's something that's very important to be aware of. And then we also have, pulling up the naked point of controls again, we do also have a monthly naked point of control at that level. So for me, there is signs of strength at this level. There is support at this level. Okay, sorry, not signs of strength. I mean support at this level, right? If we are to come, like, this is the level that I could be looking to long. I like the confluence at the at $51,750. Okay, so I could actually be looking for a long trade there. Right, I could be looking for a long trade down there, but again, I need to see that sign of strength down there. Okay, so I want to see price pulling back. Right? I want to see lots of shorts opening up. I want to see a slight deviation of the level. Right, then I want to start to see it reclaimed with lots of trap traders at the low. If I see that, okay, then I understand. Okay, we're reclaiming a level. That's a sign of strength. We have lots of trap traders at the low. So there is a reason for price to rise, okay, because trap traders would have to cover, meaning that they would have to buy back into the market, pushing the price higher. So there is a valid reason for the price to rise. Also, we could look for long trades coming in as well. Okay, so we need to look for a reason for price to rise. If there's no reason, okay, for price to rise, kind of like right now, okay, there is no real reason for price to rise towards the upside, because we don't have trapped shorts at the low. We just don't have those trap shorts at the low. So there's not really a reason for price to rise. The only way that we can gain that reason for price to rise is if we do see new long trades coming in. Then there's a reason, right, for price to rise. But without that reason, okay, you just can't expect that, right? So if price pulls back to this level, we reclaim it, okay, and we see lots of shorts at the low, right, then there is a reason to enter into that trade. Of course, if longs are opening up as well, then there's a reason to enter into that trade, right? So if we get that, then I'm thinking to myself, okay, There's lots of trap traders at the low. We're reclaiming the level. This is a sign of strength. Let's look for a long trade here, okay? And I could actually look to take that up to possibly back up to the range low that we potentially lost, okay? So yeah, that's if we do reject from where we are now, okay? And then from there, right? Then we're thinking, right? Then we're going back to the Elliott wave, right? Wave 5, okay? If we do reject from here and we do get a long setup from there, then we're looking at, okay, right? Wave 5 could have ended here. Now, okay, we've got the long setup, right? Then we could be looking for that ABC correction, okay, from this lower price here, right? We could then be anticipating that ABC correction. However far it takes us, we don't know, of course, right? But this is just something to be aware of, okay? That after a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bearish count, or even a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish count, right? You are looking for an ABC correction, okay? In this case, we have a bearish count, so we are looking for a bullish ABC, right? So we'll have to see how that plays out. But initially, okay, we could be looking at that. All I want to see is a reason to enter into a trade. I want to see a sign of strength with a reason to enter into a trade. Right now, there is no reason to enter into a long trade, okay? There's just no reason. If we're taking a look at the order flow again, right, we don't even have long trades coming in. And this kind of just reiterates that point that I had with what's the point of entering into a trade on a Friday when there's just no volatility? Look at how the volatility is just diminished, right, over the course of today, right? It's just, yeah, we've had a little spike here and there, okay, but that's mainly just like trades closing, right? Money flowing out of the market. It's not even like new trades coming in. And again here, right, we've had we had money flowing in here, right? But on these ones here, that was just money flowing out. But yeah, just volume has just been pretty low, other than these two little spikes here as well. Okay, so volume's just been pretty low. So there's just no reason to enter into a trade at this moment in time. But yeah, of course, like if I do see that reasoning to enter into the long, okay, we reclaim this with strength. Okay, right, we can look for higher prices here, and then we can get to those trap traders up here, right? And then there's more of a reason to continue higher when we get to those trap traders, right? Because they would have to cover, meaning that they would have to buy back into the market, pushing that price higher, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I would be anticipating, right? That's what you would expect, right? Because we know how impulsive, right, retail traders are. Okay, we know how impulsive they are. So yeah, they don't have patience. They don't really have their emotions in check. And initially we're just trying to trade off of their emotions, right? And I know it's a horrible way to think about it, but like I say, quite a lot of the time, you're in this market for yourself. Everybody is in this market for themselves. So yeah, you do have to be very, very selfish in this market. If you're not selfish in this market, you are not going to make profits in the market whatsoever. You have to be very, very selfish, and that's why institutions do so well as well, because they're very, very selfish. All they're thinking about is themselves, which is you can't knock them for that, because you should all be selfish in this market, right? And yeah, the best way to be selfish is to take the trade where the majority of the people are getting stopped out, okay, or the majority of the people are on one side, okay. So yeah, if the majority of the people are shorting down here, okay, then yeah, of course we're looking for a long trade, right? This isn't a great example because we didn't have the shorts coming in here, but this was a good example up here. There was lots of longs coming in at the high, but price was failing to get above this high. We then formed that slight swing failure pattern. Okay, we got the pullback. Okay, that was a good short entry from there, and then you've got this big move down. Regrettably, I missed that short trade, but yeah, we have an even better example all the way here, and I actually traded this one here, and that was just an amazing short trade from up there. What did we have? I can't remember exactly, but it was like 75 million new long trades opening up there. Price starts to pull back. There's a reason, okay? And the majority of the market, when I say the majority of the market, I don't mean like literally 80% of the market, okay? I'm talking in terms of like the traders, okay? I'm not talking in terms of like the whole market, okay? I'm talking in terms of the traders who are like leverage trading, okay? That's kind of what I like. That's what I mean by like the majority of the market. So yeah, we had the majority of like the leverage traders longing, okay, this breakout and expecting the all-time high. But yeah, because the majority of the majority of them were expecting that, the majority of them were doing that. Right, price, of course, went against them. That's just what happens a lot of the time. So yeah, that's kind of what I would have liked to see for that long trade, but yeah, that's not played out. Okay, so right, I go to like plan B, right? You always need to have like a plan A, plan B, plan C. Okay, my plan A was lots of shorts opening up here. Price starts to rise a little bit. I can get an aggressive entry here because I'm anticipating a failed auction. Price starts to rise a little bit higher. We form the failed auction. I can add to that, right? We get higher. We get to, I could just even continue to add, right? When we get to more short trades getting, getting stopped out, that's a possibility, right? But, we just didn't see that. So now my plan B is, okay, if we can reclaim this with strength, right? And, we see lots of new longs coming in, okay, then yes, right, I'm happy to enter into a long trade here, right? And this could take us up to where all the shorts are, okay, where I drew that box. Okay, we could get to where all the shorts are, where from there, right, then we know, okay, right, they're going to get emotional. They're probably going to cover, and we can see price rise from there, right? So that is kind of like the plan B that I have. Is there a plan C for this trade? Not really. Yeah, I guess the plan C, right, is just lower. Yeah, so yeah, there's no, plan A didn't play out. So I'm now looking for plan B in this trade. So yeah, it's kind of just remaining patient. I'm waiting for that, really. But other than that, the market is, is looking very weak at this at this moment in time. It is looking very weak at this moment in time, and there is. There is concern for much lower prices as well. I can't deny that there is concern for much lower prices, i.e., like $43,000, and I wouldn't be opposed to that. And if you are like a huge bull in this market, right? If you're a major bull in the market, okay, you shouldn't be opposed to a big correction. You shouldn't be opposed. All right. I know there's a lot of bulls out there, and there's I see on the comments sometimes that yeah, you should never trade Bitcoin. You should always just buy. Yes, but it's like I'm just trying to take advantage of every move here, and there's a lot of I see a lot of comments as well where it's like, Bitcoin's only going to go up. Bitcoin's going to 100K. And it's like, yeah, maybe in the future, right? But you have to be realistic about it. And, a lot of these bulls are very, like perma bulls. They are very, they're not optimistic, right? They're just very one directional. And they think, oh, this, it's just not going to happen. We're looking so bullish, it's just not going to happen. Whereas, you should have this mind frame and this like mindset instead of, instead of being like one directional, you should have this mindset of like, okay, right, yes, market's looking a little bit weak here. I'm happy for this drop. This is really good because I can buy more at cheaper prices. But a lot of these like perma bulls, they just, they get extremely fearful, when price starts to pull back, and they don't think, okay, this could just be like a nice healthy correction. What we saw exactly in like 2021, right? We had this big correction scaring everybody out, okay, and then the real money, okay, who knows what they're doing, took advantage of all of this price action towards the upside there. So I'm not opposed to seeing price pull back to $43,000. I'm just really not opposed to it. Like if we take a look at, let's take a look at this increase here to this increase here. How similar are they? Okay, two. This here. Yeah, like I just wouldn't be opposed to it whatsoever. So, in the bull market from 2020 and 2021, during COVID, right? We just had this huge move up, then this huge move back, of course, right? And everybody got scared here. Okay, everybody got flushed out of the market, but it was only like a 55. In comparison to what the rise was, it was only a very minuscule pullback. Okay, a very minuscule pullback. It was a 56% move towards the downside. Okay, and us going from all-time high to $43,000. That's only a 42% pullback, right? And these are typical, in bull markets. Okay, it's typical to see this. So like I just wouldn't be opposed whatsoever to seeing a big pullback to $43,000, and then from there continuing the bull market. Like I just like I'd actually favor that. I'd rather see that happen. And then it's like, so yeah, this is where we could be looking for like 80,000. I think, is 90,000 a stretch? I'm just trying to view it as what we saw in 2020 and 2021. I'm just trying to like view it as being fairly similar. Yeah, I think 80K is more of like a realistic target for the top of this bull market. Of course, I don't like to predict these things, but it is always fun, right? And I just want to like trying to like reiterate with you guys, reiterate, right, that this is normal. This is normal, and then we could get a continuation up to like 80K, and then that could be the end of the bull market. Then we see a big pullback, right? Um, I really wouldn't be opposed to this, and this is kind of what I'm planning for as well. Within my own portfolio, right? I've mentioned it quite a few times that I've actually taken quite a lot of profit off of my HODL portfolio up at like 70K. I have taken like a quite a lot off of that, and that's just sat in USDT right now. I'm not withdrawing this into my bank. Okay, I'm not spending this, right? I am preparing, okay, or I have been preparing for a pullback. Okay, initially, right, I didn't completely close out of my hodl portfolio that I, the majority of it was purchased down here at like $15,000, $16,000. Okay, I haven't completely, um, you know, closed that hodl portfolio, right, or that spot buy, right. I still have, a lot of my purchase still in there, because I still understand, or when I was taking profit here, that we could actually continue higher. I didn't know for certain that we were going to pull back here. But now I have prepared myself, okay, because previously I didn't have any. Well, I mean, I won't say I didn't have any, but I didn't have a lot of USDT to buy again if we did have another pullback. But now, I've taken profit up here. We're getting this pullback, and if we do come down to $43,000, that's where I'm kind of like planning for another another big buy, okay, to put the USDT that I've that I've acquired from closing my Bitcoin spot buy from down here, okay, all the way up here. I'm prepared to now actually purchase some more Bitcoin if we are to come down to like $43,000, where from there I kind of would be looking for another move, right, back up to all-time high. Okay, so I can take advantage of more of this move up. So yeah, for me, it's like, yeah, that's kind of what I would like to see, to be honest with you. And that's kind of what I'm preparing for. So again, I'm just really not opposed to seeing price like have this big pullback, if that is what's going to happen, right? Let's just put the chat quick. I haven't seen. Oh, Island Time. Good to see you here. I haven't seen you in a while, Island Time. It's good to see you here. Good to see you here. Um, yeah, of course. If you have any questions, if you have anything you want to talk about, please put it in the chat, and I will be more than happy to take a look. So like we are trying to reclaim this range low. Like we are trying to reclaim it. I just don't really see any real sign of strength coming in. We'll have to see. Maybe if we close this 12-hour and we fail auction on this 12-hour, maybe I could enter into a long trade like lightly. This is kind of the long that I was looking for. Maybe I can enter into it like lightly, and then maybe add to it if we do see a rise up to where all the shorts are. And then once we get there, then I can be thinking, right, okay, they're most likely going to have to cover, pushing the price higher. But yeah, at this moment in time, I'm just not really too interested in the long trade. But yeah, okay. If there are no questions, it's been pretty quiet today. So yeah, if there are no questions, then I will leave it there. Been live for about 43 minutes here. I'm going to go get myself some dinner because it is almost 8 o'clock here in the UK. So yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. Of course, I will be back on Monday. I will be back on Monday for the usual live streams. But of course, if you want access to the Visionary Discord where I give all of my trades away, then please click first link in the description. It will take you over to this page here where you can gain access to all of that. Of course, second link in the description is the free Discord as well. But yeah, if you haven't already as well, make sure that you do subscribe, turn that bell notification on so you never miss another live stream, because sometimes I am live trading. But yeah, enough of that. Oh, Island time. Can you look at ETH, please? Right. Yeah, we can have a look at. We can have a look at ETH before I do go. Um, okay, yeah. Let's have a quick look at Ethereum. Sorry, let's have a quick look at Ethereum. So, kind of the same thing, right? With Ethereum, we had this like consolidation towards the downside, and then we've had this big move down, right? So it's kind of the same as what we've had here on Bitcoin. And then, we have had, this nice rise over the course of today. So if we do go into like an hour, yeah, you can see over the course of today, we have had this nice rise towards the upside. How well have we respected? Yeah, so we've respected this VWAP really nicely, like really nicely. For me, okay, if we start to see signs of strength on Bitcoin, okay, if we start to see signs of strength on Bitcoin, okay, then I'm thinking, right, Ethereum is most likely going to follow it, is most probably going to follow it, right? So if I start to see strength on Bitcoin and Ethereum actually starts to reclaim this VWAP here, right, then for me, I would be quite happy to actually look for a long trade. Now I know that this I know that this will have like a big invalidation. So of course you're gonna have to be careful with your risk management here. But I would actually be looking at something like this. For more of like a longer term setup, right? If we start to reclaim this, because we've respected this VWAP ever since this low down here on the 12th of October 2023. Look how many times we've like perfectly tested this VWAP, this anchored VWAP, right? And this is like the first deviation of it that we've had. But if we can start to reclaim it, okay, with strength, I do actually really like this for like a longer term long trade, right? And this we could take all the way up to possibly $4,000 again. So I do like this for like a longer term long trade. I can zoom into the lower time frames and have a look at what's going on there, but I do like that for the longer term. Let's have a look. But again, this is only if Bitcoin starts to like show some sign of strength. If Bitcoin starts to show strength, then Ethereum is most likely going to follow it, right? And that's just evident by what's happened here with this downtrending consolidation, and then the price like waterfalls. That's how we like to call it here. Like it waterfalls over. It's exactly the same with Ethereum, like downtrending consolidation, and then we've got this waterfall price action. So yeah, for me, if Bitcoin shows strength, Ethereum's most likely going to show strength, and I like this for a longer term, long setup. I just want to have a look at what's going on here. So yeah, again, Ethereum, like we had minimal shorts opening up. It was just literally long trades getting wrecked on Ethereum as well. I mean, we had some shorts coming in here. We've got we've got a little bit of shorts coming in here. But a lot of this was longs getting wrecked. And then, yeah, of course, shorts taking profit as well. We had a lot of shorts taking profit down here. So, yeah, again, with Ethereum, there's no reason right now to be entering into a long trade. I don't see, just because we don't have those trap traders. So there's no reason for price to rise again, unless we start to see, open interest increase with positive delta. That's when I start to say, okay, this is a sign of strength. But yeah, on the reclaim, okay, with strength for me, right, that would be a nice long trade, because then we're coming into lots of short trades up here. Okay, we're coming into lots of short trades up here. So I would quite like that for a long trade on ETH. Let's go on to the lower time frame and let's have a look here as well. There could have been like a nice day trade here, possibly. GP786 setup. No. No, because the low happened before we formed a high. Okay. Let's have a look. No, I mean, we didn't even have absorption down there. Yeah, so for me, it's like, yeah, there wouldn't have even have been a trade for me on Ethereum from lower prices. Um, of course, we can kind of expect this rise up after like an impulsive move down, because the market is never going to continuously going down. Is never going to continuously go down like the market will never continuously go up. It needs to have that little time to like relieve all of that pressure, and that's kind of what is happening right now. So yeah, yeah. Again, I'd be focusing more on Bitcoin, looking for that sign of strength. Then if we see the sign of strength on Bitcoin, then I can say, right, okay, this sign of strength is on Ethereum. If we get the sign of strength on Ethereum as well, then I'm thinking, okay, right, this could be like a nice longer term trade. Because of course, with the Bitcoin possible trade as well, this would be for me anyway, this would be like a longer term trade, right? I'd be looking to take this up to mid range and possibly back up to all time high, right? Because I'm simply just looking to range trade this, right? Now, it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit different on Ethereum, but it's not completely, um, it's not completely wrong. It's not completely different, right? You've kind of got this range here. We have front run that range low. I would have really liked a long trade on Ethereum if we, formed a failed auction or a swing failure pattern of that range low there for like an aggressive entry. But yeah, we haven't seen that. So yeah, not something that we can trade. The only thing that I see trading again is that reclaim. I'm just trying to think of anything else. But not really. Because we do have this bearish market structure on Ethereum. And well, yeah, we've got the high, we've got a low, we've got a lower high, and then we're now coming down to possibly form another lower low. But we've front run that, so we haven't. So yeah, we have to be a little bit cautious here as well, because there is that possibility that we do come down and form another lower low on Ethereum. But then again, it's like, if we're showing that sign of strength on Bitcoin, Ethereum will just most likely follow. So yeah, I wouldn't be I wouldn't that wouldn't deter me from entering into a long on that reclaim. And again, right, this is something that I've been looking at a lot recently, right? Where we have a major pivotal level. So in this instance, we have the major pivotal level at 2,777, right? Then we have this here, where price looked like it was going to take out the level, but it front run it. Okay. Then eventually, right, price rises, we come back down, and we actually then take out the level, right? But again, we front run the major pivotal level, right? We've seen this so many times on Bitcoin recently. We've seen it happen here. Right? I traded quite a few of them as well. We saw it happen here. We saw it happen here. Okay, so I traded both of those. Right, so that was the long trade there. That was the short trade there. So I traded both of those. Then we had it happen here. Okay, where we had the pivotal high here. We front ran it here. We took it out here. Okay, we took the front run out here, and then we got the move down. Okay, and then we once again had it down here. I know this looks very messy, but yeah, we had the pivotal level. We had the front run, which wasn't so much a front run, but initially again we still took out that like front run, and then we did get a rise up. So that's happened 4 times on Bitcoin. So we could be, considering that on Ethereum. And I mean, yes, you could have said that there's an aggressive entry on Ethereum at 2,945, just off of the swing failure pattern of the front run. That could have been an aggressive entry, but for me, it's a little bit difficult to enter into a long trade off of that, because I don't have any reason to enter into the long trade, because there's just no trap traders down here. I just don't really have that reason for it. The only reason I would see is like longs opening up on the reclaim. We're coming into traders that which will possibly become trapped. Okay, and then there's a reason. So yeah, that's kind of what I would look for on Ethereum at this moment in time. If we can't reclaim on Bitcoin and we can't reclaim on Ethereum, it's lower prices from there, really. And Ethereum could drop hard, to be honest. Ethereum could drop really, really hard. Yeah, all the way down to like $2,300 possibly. So yeah, that's kind of what I would be looking at for Ethereum. So yeah, I'll probably leave it there. Been live for almost an hour now. Gonna go get my dinner. So yeah, hope you guys have a lovely, lovely weekend. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it gave you some value. So yeah, I will leave it there. Have a lovely weekend, guys. I will see you on Monday. So yeah, enjoy your weekends.